I'm not kidding when I say that we are going to make the most beautiful, high-end looking necklace set using chipstones and mother of pearl shells. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Vickie, and as I said in my brief opening, we are going to be making an absolutely beautiful necklace, if I say so myself, using chipstones. And it is so easy to make. Only takes a few beads, and yeah, I'm looking at it over here. Yeah, it's really pretty and very, very easy. That sounds good to you? Keep watching here and we'll get started. Did I say we're going to make the prettiest necklace ever? At least I think it's going to be, because I have been playing around a little bit for this video. I pulled out the largest chipstones that I could find in my bead stash. I have turquoise chips, a mother of pearl that has a light ivory and pink to it, and then I have some brown. They're shells. And then I have a toggle clasp and a couple of clamshells and crimp beads, some 49 strand wire, which is my favorite wire to work with because it's very strong. And then I have some 6Os. These are check glass. Topaz is the color, and I hope I have enough of these. I'm pretty certain I will have enough. But I'm really excited about this idea because with chipstones this beautiful, how can the necklace not turn out beautiful? If we have enough beads, we'll make a bracelet. And as far as earrings, well, I don't know, but I'll try. Are you ready to get started? You'll need a ruler, probably some round nose pliers if we do end up making earrings, along with some ear wires. So I'm going to try. And you can use chain nose or flat nose pliers. I have some scissors and some clips. So that's pretty much what we'll need. And I'm going for about an 18-inch necklace. I'm going to start out with about, let's see, that's 12 and 12. Let's work with 24 inches so we have some extra for the clasp and in case we decide to make it just a little bit longer. Let's put a clip on one end so our beads don't slide off, because this pattern is going to be repetitive. It's going to be the easiest necklace, I swear, the easiest necklace you'll probably ever make, and probably one of the most beautiful. Oh, let's get these 6Os emptied out into a bowl. Probably far more than what I need. Let's get a bead mat here. When I was playing around before starting the video, I tried just putting one 6O bead in between the chipstone and the next chipstone. I'm going to show you what one looks like, one 6O bead. I'm not sure if this is the color combination I'm going with here as far as the order of things, but I just want to show you. After putting several chipstones on here with just one 6O in between, some of them actually started to disappear, meaning they weren't as visible depending on the curvature, because some of these are pretty big. And I found that the 6O kind of disappeared. So I ruled that out and decided that 2 in between was going to be the way to go. Now that I have my beading mat out here, I'm just going to go ahead and put some of these on here. All right, so let's get started here. I told you it's going to be easy. I'm thinking that I want to do, what order do I want to do this? Maybe put the lighter color in between, something like this. I don't even know if I have enough chipstones. I haven't gone very far with this idea, but we're going to start out with 2 6Os. And you can see these have a little bit of metallic lining to them, just a little bit. Let's start out with the dark one. Oh, and the other thing, I think we should use the largest chipstones that we can at the front of the necklace and then taper down to smaller ones as we get around the neckline, because we want these to be a focal point. So you might want to go through like I'm doing right now and just pull out the largest ones that you can. Look how large that is. Some of these are pretty big. Take a second, because chipstones are very irregular, and see if you can pull out the largest ones for the center. They can be different shapes. They don't have to be similar in shape. Well, they're not anyway, but just pull out the largest ones. Now these are pretty much all large. When I say large, I took some of these and measured them with my ruler. I'm just going to go in inches, not millimeters, about a 1/2 inch. Some of them were about 3/8 to 1/2 inch. So that's what I'm talking about in size when I say large chipstones. About 3/8 to a 1/2 inch in length. Okay, I've got my 2 6/0s on here. And I was saying these are pretty much all big, so maybe I don't even have to pull those out. Let's start with a brown. Add 2 6/0s. I'll show you in a second. Let's try this. I don't know what to call it, the color. It's kind of a peachy pink. Again, going for the largest ones. I'm just going to put a few on here and then show it to you. And see if I even like the way I'm doing this with the light in between the brown and the turquoise. I might want the brown in between. This is what we have so far. I mean, it's most certainly pretty. Do I want the brown in between? Well, I guess it is here, right? The brown's in between the turquoise and the light, so I guess it doesn't really matter. That's where it's going to be. It's going to be intermingled. So my next color would be the brown, and it doesn't really matter what direction you put your chipstone. So brown, oh, that's a large one. I would say that I'll probably make the largest beads drop down to the front. That's what I'm trying to do. These are so pretty. You can see that each chipstone pops by having 2 6/0 glass beads in between. So after turquoise, we go back to brown. Most of my chipstones are really tiny. So I was pretty happy to find that I actually did have some larger, okay, brown, light, because I did experiment first with my smaller chipstones, and it just didn't have the impact as the larger ones. These are stand out. This is like a little, oh, how did I do that? Got 4 seed beads. Help me there. Keep me on track here. Whoever's watching. Kind of late, I know, right? Kind of late after I make it. But I'm going to try to make sure that I don't have any extra or be short anything in this necklace. Because it is so simple. But I am talking while I work. No, I did that there too. See? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's all, Vickie. Just 2 in between. Nobody said 4. I'm just going to double check it. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And we are back to the brown. Don't care if it's upright or upside down. Doesn't really matter. Just going for the largest ones I can. You see how fast this is coming together? I mean, we've only been at this for a few minutes here. Oh, I like that one. You might even happen to find some chipstone necklaces at a thrift store or a consignment shop that you could take apart and upcycle. So keep your eyes open for chipstones. I know most of the time we find the small ones, but keep your eyes open. Just never know what you're going to find. Okay, after brown, we go back. See how those are disappearing here? Even the larger 6/0s are disappearing depending on the curvature of the shell. I got shell and I got stone. Let's say, okay, so after brown, go back to the tan. If you want a daintier necklace, most certainly just go ahead and start with your smaller chip stones. Use what you have. See what you can come up with. And these chips happen to have a polished finish on them, so they're not sharp or anything. It's kind of rounded off. Okay, back to brown. No sharp edges is what I'm saying. Sometimes the smaller chips, when they're really, really thin, can be a little bit sharp. Need some more of these. You don't have to use gold. You don't have to use the same color of 6/0s that I'm using. That's just what I thought would go pretty with the colors that I have here. Okay, what do we do? The turquoise. That's so unusual. I like the brown veining in this. And I think I have, and I'm pretty certain I have 2 different colors in here because that's what I'm seeing. Some of it's more blue, some is more green. I'm going with it anyway. I don't mind if they're not exactly the same. Moving along here. Still got a ways to go, but do you see how gorgeous this is? Check that out. And it's taking minutes, just minutes to do this. As long as you don't put 4 6/0s in between like I did a couple of times there. All right, I'm just going to keep going. Now, if this is my focal point, I mean, I'm getting smaller on some of my shells. Let's go ahead and bring our ends together of the necklace before we get too far. When I say focal point, I'm talking about making the front of the necklace with the largest ones. So don't get too carried away. Take a little breather there and let your larger stones be at the front center. Just gorgeous. I love it. I feel like 1/3 of the necklace is done already. So I'm going to take a second here and once again pick out some of the largest of the chip stones that I have. Wow, these are dropping down a lot smaller. Some are chunky, some are kind of flat. Some are kind of round. And some of them don't have that pink tint to them. I don't know why, but they don't. That's okay. I'm going to mix it up. Going by size. Okay, let's keep going with this. I'm going to bring these together one more time. Drop those down and just put a little clip on one side. And I think what I'll do is I'll add about maybe 6 beads per side from what I've pulled out here before I go on to any smaller ones. That's my plan, but I'm going to straighten this out though. I'm just going to play some music right now so I can focus on this and don't accidentally get too many 6/0s in here. So hope you enjoy this song.
She's got moxie, she's got style, laughing loud, a spark, a smile. She makes jewelry bold and bright, colorful and wild and shifting light.
She's got the bling, doing her thing, magic in every piece she brings.
Necklace drapes like stories told, bracelets shimmer, fierce and bold.
She's got style,
Moxie style.
earrings dance with every turn, rings like little suns that burn, stone and metal, glass that gleams, pulled together from her dream.
She's got
Moxie class, can't deny, a rebel soul, a fearless eye,
hands that shape what hearts can feel,
turning fragments into something real. She's got style,
Moxie style.
having fun all the while.
Every piece her signature style.
In every shine and every hue, you see her spirit shining through.
Every piece a rebel song where broken bits still belong. She's got the
her heart sings. She's got style, Moxie style. Having fun all the while, work and wonder reconcile. Courage in the risk she takes.
Let's take a look at this and see where we are. Let's bring that wire together. Just slide these down. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Does that look as pretty on camera as what I'm seeing in person? I know you can't answer that fully, but oh my gosh. I love it. I don't know what's going to end up being my focal point here. It doesn't really need a focal point. I was just thinking that, well, maybe that turquoise right here. The pattern doesn't split here, you know, this way and that way. It just continues with the brown, turquoise, light, brown, turquoise, light, brown, turquoise, light, brown, turquoise, light, brown, turquoise, light. It just kind of wraps around. I think this will end up being my focal point chipstone, which is fine. I just need to add some more. Need a few more. Just going to pick up here. So when I'm over here and I'm working backwards, you know, you can see it's turquoise brown light. So turquoise brown light.
Courage in the risk she takes. Beauty born from small mistakes. Skill and savvy in her art. Craft and soul from hand and heart. Determination, fierce and true. Every dream she dares pursue. She's got style, Moxie style. Not just jewels that shine and gleam, but living fragments of a dream. Necklace, bracelets, earrings, rings. Magic born from simple things. Energy in every spark, lighting up the quiet dark.
And you can see sometimes the pattern matches up with the light. The light matches up, but you can see the alternating brown and the turquoise. That's just the way it worked out, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I guess what's happening here, if this is my front stone, then I've got the brown and the light opposite of each other. The pattern goes like this. It doesn't go like this. It just goes around. It's beautiful. Love it. Let's see how long it is. We are at about 20 inches right now, plus the clasp. 20 inches. Got a little carried away there, but I don't know. It depends on the neckline. I think I've gone a little too far. I think I need to shorten it up just a little bit. I might go for 19 inches though. Right now, this would be to 19 inches. I went to 9.5, but I still have the clasp to add. 9.5 would be 19-inch necklace. Oh gosh. If I do a toggle clasp, which is what I pulled out to use, I can't add an extension chain. I'm kind of rethinking my toggle clasp. I might go to a lobster clasp, but I most certainly don't need any more beads on here. If you're enjoying this video, I appreciate a thumbs up, a like, and be sure to comment. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. And be sure to watch all the way to the end, because I'm going to invite you to vote for your favorite piece that we made in this video. Is it going to be the necklace, earrings, the bracelet, or the entire set? Okay, so I took off a couple of beads. I tried it on and took off a couple of beads. And right now I'm at about 19 inches. But I still think it might be a little bit too long for some of my tops. Yeah, I took a second and got some of my tops out too and tried them on. So I think I need to back off a little more here, because I don't want it to be too long for a regular V-neck. I wear a lot of V-neck tops, but I have a couple of necklines on my tops that I'm going to probably wear this with. Let's see what we have now. That is a lot closer to 18. Probably with the clasp, I guess it would be right back to, it probably will be 19 still. Oh gosh, I don't want it to get too short. I mean, I love everything that I have here. Yeah, what do we want to do here? I guess I could go try it on one more time and see. Yeah, let me do that and I'll be right back. I'm going to go with a lobster clasp. I wish I had a swivel one, but I seem to be out of them. I am going to still use the clamshell, couple jump rings, couple crimp beads, but I'm not using the toggle clasp. I think it's going to limit me. If I go with a lobster clasp, and this is a tiny one, at least I can add an extension chain if I need it. But first thing we're going to do, let's just take a look at this again. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is go through the back side of my clamshell. There's a tiny hole on the back, the underside of the clamshell. Pick up a crimp bead. Doesn't matter what color the crimp bead is because it's going to be hidden inside the clamshell. I'm going to go ahead and take this all the way to the end of the wire and flatten it. Check it. It's good. Slide the clamshell up over it, tuck it inside, and close up the clamshell. I've got some small jump rings here. In fact, I've got a couple of sizes of jump rings. Got like a 6mm and an 8mm. I'm going to put the 6mm through the two holes of the clamshell. If you don't want to use a clamshell, you can use a crimp bead and a crimp bead cover if you want. But we've got our lobster clasp on here. Let's slide our beads down. I did cut 24 inches of wire when I started, and I've got plenty of it left. Not enough to make a bracelet, but got some practice wire here, if nothing else. Run your hand down through it. And then let's go through the back side of the other clamshell. Pick up the crimp bead. Again, doesn't matter the color because it's going inside. Let's check this one more time. Let it drop down inside there. I'm going to use my chain nose pliers to get a hold of that crimp bead. Well, first of all, I'm going to open up the clamshell a little more. Just a little more. And then get a hold of the crimp bead and press it down and flatten it. Check it. It's good. I'm committing to the length. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. I can add an extension chain now because of how I'm doing it. I couldn't do that if I do a toggle. That's why I really don't use a lot of toggle clasps for necklaces because, you know, you're kind of limited. All right, let's take the small jump ring that I have here and put it through the loops on the clamshell, both of them. Close it up. And then I have a larger jump ring here that I want to put the clasp into, the lobster clasp. You could just go with one size here if you want to. First of all, let's make sure that works. It does. All right, let me get this cleaned up and we'll take a closer look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh. I love it. This is almost what you could consider a statement piece. Even though the pattern is so simple, the large chipstones really make this pop. What do you think? What do you think about the necklace? Oh my gosh. I am going to try it on before the video is over with a different top. It might go with what I have on, but I have another top in mind. Maybe two other tops that I want to try it on. But we made the necklace, and as far as the bracelet, I did go ahead off camera and make one really fast because it was very easy to make. So in just a second here, I'll pop that clip in. I decided to go ahead and string some of the smaller chipstones to make a bracelet. And it's a pretty good fit. I'm not going to use a toggle clasp. I'm not going to use a lobster clasp. I'm going to use a magnet. I don't use magnets very often. It needs to be a very strong magnet. But I'm going to use one today, and I'm going to pick up a crimp bead, go through the loop on the magnet, and then back through the crimp bead. And using my chain nose pliers, I'm just going to bring that. See, here's what's happening. The magnet's going to my tool. Did you see that? That's the only reason I don't use magnets is because they might be attaching to your silverware or a metal handrail. But I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit, not too much. I want a little flex on here, but I'm going to go ahead and flatten this crimp bead, making sure the wire is not crossed as much as possible, trying not to cross my wires. I'd like to have them side by side. I'm going to go for, I'm probably going to regret this magnet. Push, okay, flattening the crimp bead. Checking it. I'm not going anywhere. Let's go ahead and see if we can thread some of these beads through the wire just to hide it. Doesn't make it any stronger, it just hides the wire. I could cut it off as well, but let's see if we can get this through here. It may not go through the chipstone, so I'm going to cut it right there. Just going to cut it off a little bit. Push the beads down. Oh, gotta hide that tail though. Need it through a couple of beads. Let's pick up the crimp. This is just a scrap piece of wire I had. Let's go through the other hole on the other end of the magnet, but tighten it up this time. And then go back through the crimp bead and at least one bead. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go through two. Get a hold of that and just work that through. Tighten it up. Let's check the fit. Fits pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good for me. Okay, let's push the beads down. It's a little loose, so I need to tighten this up a little bit. Pushing the crimp bead down and giving a little tug, but you don't want to tug so hard that you end up breaking the loop on your magnet. That can happen. All right, I'm going to flatten that. Check it. It's good. Let's cut this wire as close as we can. I'm going to use my clippers. See the magnet is sticking to everything. But, you know, it has its place. It does. All right. We've got a bracelet to go with our necklace. But I do want to make some earrings too, so keep watching here. Let's go ahead and see what we can do for earrings. And I'm going with gold, so I have 2 gold head pins, some small round beads. Let's get our chipstones out here. I kind of put them away a little bit. I still have these colors, but I don't think I want to be that large for the earrings. So I'm going to put these back in the bowls for now. And just take a look here. I'm just going to put a small round gold bead, or I could use the 6/0s, but I think I like the gold bead just a little bit better. And then let's, I want the brown bead in the center. Here I go, trying to find 2 the same shape, even though I know that's impossible. I don't want them too big, but I want them similar a little bit. All right, I'm going with these. Never know what direction the hole is drilled. Never know what you're going to get. Now let's add a couple of the 6/0s in. These earrings are going to be a little larger than what I would sometimes wear. Let's find a couple of brown. There's some smaller ones here. Why go small now, right? We've got the large chipstones there. Let's just see what happens here. Kind of square shape. Again, add 2 of the 6/0s, 1 per earring. That's what we have. I don't know if that's showing up. Let's go back to this. That's what we have. And then 2 light. I'm going to put the light at the top. And as far as shape, well, I don't know. Kind of a triangular, sort of, looking good. I'm going to finish off with 2 small round beads instead of the 6/0s. I think these are long enough. We've made earrings similar to this before, but I think this will work just fine. A couple of ear wires. This is where you'll need your round nose pliers. Push the beads down. Bend your wire at a right angle. Cut it down to about 3/8 of an inch. Head pin is flush with your round nose pliers. Just make a loop. Close the loop. There's our loop. Push the beads down. Bend at a right angle. And you can make these longer if you want to. You can make them as long as you like. Pliers flush, make your loop. Oh, my round bead kind of went up on me. And you know what? This head pin looks like it's a different color. I think I've got a different color head pin in there. All right, I'll get that fixed here real quick here. That doesn't look right. I think I've got a bronze head pin in with my gold. So I need to rebuild this. I'll do that. Let's add the earring to the loop on the ear wire. I have my chain nose pliers for that. Just think about all the colors you could use for this idea. Here's our necklace and our earrings. Let's take a closer look at what we made: the necklace, the earrings, the bracelet, and the set. And remember, I invite you to vote in your comment for your favorite piece or the entire set, and watch all the way to the end because I am going to try it on. I'll probably try it on with this top first, but I have another top in mind as well that's a little more boho.
She's got moxie, can't you see? A force of wild creativity. She's got style, moxie style.
Are you ready to see the necklace set? I have it on a jewelry easel over here. Let's bring it on over, and then I'll try it on. Here it is. Oh my gosh. I hope the camera's doing it justice because, I mean, these large chipstones, I mean, wow. Wow. I did practice with small chipstones. It just didn't have the impact that the large ones have. But you can make yourself a small chipstone necklace and bracelet and earrings, but I highly recommend the large chipstones. And make sure this is focusing here. But give it a try with the large. It has some weight to it too. I mean, this necklace, if you were selling this at a show, it looks and feels high-end because of the large chipstones and the weight of the necklace. Yeah, it's I think it's pretty cool. Pretty excited about it. I don't get really excited about chipstones, but I'm excited about this set. I will look on Amazon and see if I can find some large chipstones that I can suggest, and I'll put a QR code up here in the corner for my Amazon store for Avante jewelry. And I also include the QR code in the description below the video and at the end of the video. But here you go. Are you ready for me to try it on? See if I have the right top. Well, maybe I'll try it on with this one first. But I do have another top in mind that's a little more boho. Before I put it on, I don't know if you remember this bead weaving braided necklace that we made in one of my videos. I don't remember which one it is right now, but I did make this necklace and I made some simple earrings to go with it. All right, I'll get this on and I'll be right back. Here it is with the top I have on. You probably couldn't tell when I was up close, but it's a dragonfly. And I do think I can wear it with this, even though I really don't have a lot of brown. I have kind of a gold color in it. So what do you think? Here's the necklace and the earrings. You can make these earrings in all different colors. You can make the necklace in all different colors. It's endless what you can do, but it absolutely is the large chipstones that makes it. I went smaller with the bracelet, used the smaller chipstones. As I said earlier in the video, I started out with the largest chipstones that I could for the front, and then went a little smaller around the neck, and then I used even smaller ones for the bracelet and even smaller ones for the earrings. So there you go. And I still have quite a few chipstones left, so I could probably make another necklace if I wanted to. I'm glad that I decided not to use the toggle clasp. Didn't really like the fact that I couldn't have any flexibility. You know, I can put an extension chain on this. I haven't done it yet, but I could. I mean, isn't that kind of a statement necklace? I wish you could feel the weight. I mean, it feels nice. Yeah, large chipstones. Who knew, right? I've worked with the small ones plenty of times, but I hadn't gotten out my large chipstones. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go upstairs and change into a different top just for a completely different look, and I'll be right back. What do you think? A little bit boho? I think it is. You know, it does have this little tie string at the top, but here's the necklace with it. And the top has all the colors in it. Maybe not a real dark brown, but it definitely has some taupey brown in it. When I was trying it on, when I was making it, I got into my closet to take a look at what I could wear with it. And I found this top, and that's why I ended up making it a little bit shorter than I originally planned, because this is kind of a high neckline. It's not my typical V-neck, you know, that I like to wear. But I think, let me show you here. I think it looks great along with the bracelet. What do you think? I mean, you may not like it at all. It may not be your style. I don't know. But I'm happy with it. And truly, working with large chipstones, oh my gosh. Love it. You might see some future videos with large chipstones. And if it's something you would try, let me know in your comment. And of course, vote for your favorite or favorite pieces, or the entire set if you'd like. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Vicki, and I'll see you in the next video.
She's got moxie, can't you see? A force of wild creativity. She's got style, moxie style.